And we are really excited to say hello. We've talked to him briefly when he landed in Tuscaloosa, but Coach Kalen DeBoer from the University of Alabama. Coach, it's such a pleasure to have you on.
Yeah, the pleasure's mine. It's great to be on. Great to always be on your show, but to do it in person,
thank you.
Even better.
I know that it's probably hard to be overwhelmed at this point by things that you do, considering what's happened since the second week in January. But being at something like this, playing a sport that you obviously don't have time to play, what was this experience like?
Yeah, you're a little out of your comfort zone at times, but it's all fun. Just embrace it, and it's so much fun seeing all the fans here. A lot of Roll Tides, and so enjoying the day.
You told me something as you sat down, because I was curious. You have, it's not easy moving down the block, let alone across the country. But your family is on the way
tomorrow, and a little bit of normalcy when that happens. So I'm excited to have them here and here for good, and we're about ready to get settled in at a home. So excited about that.
I mean, I know there's no way to easily describe this experience, because when we talked to you last, you had just landed. Everyone forgets that you played the national championship game a couple of days earlier. Is there time, or have you had a chance just to reflect? Probably not, but on this unbelievable couple of months.
Yeah, I mean, there was a little bit of time maybe during spring break, but you're just still just in it. Once you get into the job, from the time I landed in Tuscaloosa that Friday evening, it's just been on the go. And so, the work's the work, and you just keep the main thing what it's all about, and that's working with these kids, putting this staff together, and keeping it all heading the same direction.
I know those of us who live and swim in the Southeastern Conference every day, I mean, we think there's no way anybody could be ready for this. But you've coached at high levels in various divisions. You've won championship. You've played for championship. Is there a way to look at where you are now and compare? Does it seem, or does it feel similar?
This is every place is different, and this is different in its own way. And the intensity of the SEC, it's real. But it's something that I think was ready for. I've enjoyed it, embraced it myself, and I'm excited about the challenges. You always want to be pushed to see how far you can take it, and this is a great opportunity here at Alabama.
Coach, it's one of the oldest cliches known to sports, and there aren't that many times that you offer it, but you've heard it before. But you don't want to be the coach who follows. You want to be the coach who follows the coach who follows. Yeah. I'm only watching from a bit of distance here, but you don't seem like you're respectful, but you're not fazed by what you have.
Yeah, I mean, it's a privilege and an honor to be the next person to follow Coach Saban. There's only going to be one, and he did some amazing things, and led the program and built an infrastructure, with Alabama football that I'm really hoping to build on, and I think we got a great staff that can do that, and I'm excited about that challenge. And so, I'm going to be me. There's a few things that are different, but I think as much as anything, you always find that there's more similarities, I think, between coaches and, no matter what their style is.
This might be a better question to answer, maybe at the end of the season, but as opposed to a couple of months before it, but what has been, or what are the biggest challenges that you and your staff are trying to tackle right now? Are they more broad-based than Alabama-based?
I think some of the biggest challenges were early on, the first couple of weeks, just with the way the portal was open for us and really not for anyone else, making sure we keep our roster intact in the midst of such a big transition, and once we weathered that storm, I really feel like it's been pretty smooth ever since. And so things are always going to come your way, but it doesn't matter where you're at. That's always going to be the case.
There are various coaches who have labels. I talked to someone recently who's seen you on the practice field, who's connected to one of your players, and they have described you, it's a cliche, but you understand it as someone who's very relatable to players like you. Players coach might be the cliche. Is that important to be connected? Obviously, they are fairly significant to the overall bottom line.
Yeah, I think the relationships are really important. And once they know that I want what they want, that I want them to be the best they can be, that I want our team to be great, we're all fighting the same fight. And every single minute, just trying to push them to be their best. And I think they appreciate being held accountable. They appreciate the love that comes along with the relationships that we're building.
As we are now second week maybe the second week of May. There's still pressures every day, but what's the biggest thing that you're facing now? The portal is shut, thank goodness. Are you able to change gears a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of right now for me, the staff's on the road, of course, with their spring recruiting, but for me, a lot of it's just getting around and continue to build and be available for our alumni, for our donor base, and so, spending a lot of time with that. But June is a big month for us with the 2025 class and camp season, and so a lot of prep for that and continue to build on those relationships, which will lead to, some guys that we plan on committing here in the month of June.
There are a lot of, I've seen a lot of surveys where these are the things that will, create the most anxiety, and other than things that are tragic, usually moving into a new house is high on the list. I still have nightmares from my move, and I haven't moved, but I mean, how active are you? And I mean, it's a big deal, but there's not much time for it, is there?
No, there's not. That's I got the best wife in the world, Nicole. She's amazing, and getting that all in order, that is a task. And we just did it 2 years ago, and here we are doing it again. So there's a lot that goes into that. Just getting your stuff moved in and then trying to get the kids all settled in. There's a lot to that.
So is it fair to say, Coach DeBoer, that you're not really obsessing on the color, what color paint in the kitchen?
That's not my area. I stay in my lane. I just worry about coaching football.
Well, and you've had a pretty remarkable career so far, and we're delighted to get to see you in person. Thank you, Coach.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.
Coach Kalen DeBoer joining us from the University of Alabama.
Give me something.